Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chaos Incorporated. Welcome in for our Season 1 finale. We're going to go a little extra long tonight to give you some extra content. We've got a great show planned. They've been working on plans behind the scenes since the last episode. So thank you for joining us once again. This is also an episode where I'm going to throw out a content warning. Some of this stuff may get a little interesting, and so if at any time you feel you need to dip out, we totally understand that. There will be aspects of, I'm sure, violence and maybe a little bit of body horror and things of that nature. So please let us know. Feel free to dip out if you need to.
This is the first I'm hearing of any of this, Alex.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
We do try and keep it PG-13. I just do want to throw that out there. Anyway,
solo episode. I don't remember anything about PG-13 in my contract.
Our characters are gonna go get some food.
After you and Maxi's trip to the Spicy Club, I think we've established we are firmly in like heavy PG-13 territory. Again, thank you everybody for joining us. I am once again joined by our awesome cast and someone who has been working on their quote. We are going to start with Kaylee playing Shawn.
Oh, God. Good men don't need rules. Today is not the day to find out why I have so many of them.
Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that one. Next, we go to Caleb playing Zed Lane.
Cats and kitties, be hip to my lick. My wig may be uncool, but my jive is solid.
Somebody's
No one knows that reference.
That's Isaac
it's
from
okay.
The Love Boat.
Wow.
I can keep going. It's a longer speech, but I wanted to respect everybody's time.
Keep it there.
Didn't rhyme, so you lost me.
And
I thought you were going to say sick at the end. But
and because he got the reference, next we will go to Michael playing Maxi.
I don't think that was the reference. That's just what came to mind.
That's just what came to mind. Well, since you were brave enough to throw the reference out, that's where we'll go. And finally, one of our other intrepid hackers.
Well, hold on. I gotta give mine.
You got a quote?
You totally skipped me.
Sorry.
I have a quote.
Go.
Jeez. Finally, she mused that human existence is as brief as the life of autumn grass. So what was there to fear from taking chances with your life?
That may come into play later.
Groovy.
I figured.
Great, we're going to get attacked by lawnmowers. Thanks, Mike.
There we go. And finally, Steph, who is playing Apex.
I am not throwing away my shot.
We started with some Hamilton before the show.
Yeah, I got my hoodie. It was so good.
Okay, so to recap, last episode, the team got all back together. They regrouped at the Fairmont, and they decided that after all the information they'd seen, that there was one name that kept coming up in their investigations between Malfinia and urban warfare and everything, and that was Kelly Aguilar, the contract R&D specialist, the scientist who they'd run into early in this season. And so they headed south to Angel City to set up stuff to see what there was there. They managed to rent a house not far from Kelly Aguilar's abode. And now, for the last week, they've been doing surveillance on the house and the warehouse that they found that Kelly also owns on the east side of Angel City. And that's where we'll pick up today, is the team at the cool house they rented on the beach. They also had a very nice beach scene. So if you missed that last episode, go back and check that out. It was sweet. And that's where we'll start.
So day 7 begins. Maxi's up bright and early, and Maxi will throw on his running shorts and some shoes. Really like the no-show socks. They're the really short kind of running shorts. The ones that you would be frightened to see on the street because you never know. If you take a wayward glance, if something bad might happen. And Maxi will go for a run on the beach, as he's been doing every day for the last 7 days.
As you leave, Shawn is sitting on the beach. There's like a beach veranda, like overlooking the beach, and they just kind of wave at you, kind of half awake, sunglasses on, huge cream custard-filled long john in the other one. They just kind of wave at you.
Maxi's nicely golden brown by this time. Definitely got that Malibu Ken look going on.
I mean, it's Angel City. It's sun and smog, and actually much less smog because no internal combustion engines.
Perfect. Apex is also sitting on the little veranda. Oh, we have a cat. And sipping some coffee and just sort of doing any kind of research I can on maybe like any of the technology that went into the security systems for this house, anything like that.
And
your average morning routine.
and unlike his regular self, Zed has actually been spending a lot of time this past week, especially in the mornings, at the big hollow work table, reviewing files, reviewing footage, scanning news articles, just trying to put together this puzzle. Sometimes he's working on the warehouse, the house, the plan of action. Sometimes he's trying to dig into who Aguilar is, what she's been doing, who their spouse is, what they've been doing. Like, he's almost conspiracy wall, crazy face at times, trying to find things.
Okay.
And this morning specifically, he is at the table kind of feverishly following a lead that he thinks is great, but probably isn't.
Okay. So, Apex, go ahead and give me a software check. And then, Zed, you have counterintelligence, don't you?
I do now.
Go ahead and give me a counterintelligence roll.
Wait a minute, I'm not the only person in the group that has counterintelligence now?
Oh no, you now you have counterintelligence.
Oh, okay, so that means Zed can't roll, right?
I have double disadvantage.
That's advantage. Wait, what? No.
And I got a 44 on my software check.
Okay.
Nice.
Starting off solid.
So
Yeah.
what that gives you is it gives you a lot of data to feed Zed. Zed, what do you got?
Well, apparently I got some good intel because I got a natural 20 plus 4.
Hell yeah.
Starting off strong.
Starting off great.
We're going downhill from here. We're screwed.
So
Oh yeah, we're so gonna die.
so here's
Your pretty little mouth.
here's something that on your conspiracy wall starts to get you, right? You pour over news data and they do profiles on Kelly Aguilar, on news magazines and everything. You can't find anywhere where her spouse has spoken. Not a word.
Do I have a visual of the spouse?
Yeah. She looks like she's arrested kind of her visual look somewhere in her mid-30s. She is the Barbie to Maxi's Malibu Ken, right? Tanned, leggy, blonde, always immaculately dressed. Smile the size of Rhode Island plastered on her face everywhere she goes. Nothing. You get nothing. And in your view, you can find no record of her publicly earlier than about 6 years ago.
Can I take
2 questions.
Go ahead.
Sorry. What's the spouse's name?
Bianca Nova.
And does that 6-month mark
6 year.
6 years, sorry. does the 6-year mark align with any big thing that Aguilar was doing?
Yes. You find a corporation incorporated in Las Vegas Free City called New World Enterprises. There is a registered trademark. The trademark consists of a sun with 16 rays coming off of it.
I know that shape.
Yep.
And another question. I'm so sorry, Kaylee. I'm so sorry. It just popped in my mind. When Bianca sprung into existence.
Yep.
Did she spring into existence with a history, like going back to her childhood?
Nope.
Or it was literally no one saw her and then, hi, I'm Bianca, even though she never said it?
Nothing you'd have access to. You could throw it at your IOG contacts and see what they have.
As
We
I
got
make
some-
that connection, that is what I'm going to go do, and then I'm going to shut up.
Okay. So you toss that over to the IOG.
We got some good facial shots of her, correct?
The spouse?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna take and build a composite of her bone structure, and I'm gonna CSI this, and I'm gonna basically run it against facial recognition databases I have access to, and some that I'm not supposed to have access to see if I can get a list of people that are within 90% of that because of reconstructive surgery, all this other thing, and see if I can get a list of people to start with.
Give me a software check.
I, however, am not. I'm starting okay, not that strong. 1734.
Okay. It spits out one name. And I'll give you something on this. A second. So the name it spits out is Gianna Bianca Moreno. And what's interesting is that Gianna Bianca Moreno was killed 8 years ago.
Funny that. How did she die?
She was killed in a border skirmish between the Republic of Texas and Los Estados Unidos de Mexico.
Apologies. What was the cause of death?
Exposure to a cruise missile.
Explosion. Okay, got it.
Direct
Gotta
exposure
get
to a
that-
cruise missile.
Yes.
Gotta get that cruise missile suntan lotion on.
Right.
That is possibly the best description I've ever heard of a cause of death. So 10 XP for Alex. If you take XP. Okay. I passed that on to Caleb's data mining. And then I'm going to see if I can follow Gianna Bianca Moreno. So we have cause of death, what was done with her body, what is next of kin, etc.
No next of kin. Entire family was killed again in a border skirmish between the Republic of Texas
Convenient.
and the Mexican government. She was. Go ahead.
Was this before or after she met Kelly?
It appears to be before. So she appears 6 years ago. It looks like her relationship with Kelly Aguilar started about 5 years ago, near as you can tell from like public press releases or things like that, like where they're like, Kelly Aguilar, who lives with her spouse, and blah, 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 blah.
And how long has Kelly Aguilar been on the scene?
Kelly Aguilar is in her 40s. She's been around for a while. She's, again, a top-tier researcher. Gianna Moreno was born in Ensenada. Family lived in Ensenada for a long time. Before they moved... Hang on one second. over to the state of Chihuahua, and she was killed during a border fight in the city of Ojinaga.
Okay, was the body ever claimed, or was it just, oh, they were in a building, boom, cruise missile, they're all dead?
That's what you're getting.
Okay.
And before she died, did she have any connections to urban warfare or dynamic design?
Not that you could see.
Unrelated question to the immediate matter at hand. In the past week or so that we've been here, has there been any attention paid to us? Are we worried at all about being observed, a tail, anything?
Nope.
Okay.
You've managed to keep a fairly low profile.
With our surveillance of both the warehouse and the house, have there been any regular events occurring? Any regular leavings, comings, or goings? Anything that could be considered something that would be scheduled?
No. The closest you can get is based on kind of activity on the grounds and things like that. It looks like both of them get up fairly early, between 5:30 and 6. Kelly generally leaves the house by 10 a.m. Sometimes with Bianca, sometimes not. When she's not with Bianca, she tends to head to the warehouse, or she goes and has meetings downtown. Obviously, she's a fairly well-known consultant in her field, so that doesn't strike you as particularly odd. Bianca doesn't leave the house much. When she does, she heads to Pilates. She goes to the hairstylist, the nail salon, shopping.
Do they ever order in?
No.
But they also only have like 1 or 2 guards in the house, right?
2 guards on the grounds. Yep.
Is it always the same ones?
I mean, they have shifts. Maxi gets some good time to take a look as Maxi's running up and down the beach. They're definitely pros. The way they hold themselves, they're pretty cybered out. They've got a lot going on there.
How often has she gone
Are
to
they
Pilates?
casual plain? Sorry. Go ahead, Kaylee.
How often has she gone to Pilates? And then I'll pass it back over to Michael.
She goes 3 times a week to Pilates.
Yep.
Michael?
The guards, are they dressed casual, like beach casual, or dressed professional?
Professional.
Professional. Got it.
Black BDUs, you'd guess it's light armor for the PDUs, plus heavy armor chest plate, full facial covering, helmet so they can't be recognized or outed. They're carrying heavy weapons.
And when Bianca leaves, is she also escorted under guard?
She has a driver. Driver's plain clothes, suit, tie, sunglasses. You think you spot the bulge in his coat?
Understood. During the course of this week, Maxi would also have been taking walks through the neighborhood. Again, casual walks, random times of day.
There's not really. I guess there is. I mean, it's there between your house and the southwest corner, the next street corner. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 properties. When you go around the corner, there's 3 houses between you and Kelly Aguilar's, but again, hers is on a private street that comes off the main drive.
And from my observations, are all of those houses occupied?
Look to be.
None of them appear to be like summer homes or seasonal
Nope.
rentals or anything like that.
Nope. And there is also reasonable private security presence. You're guessing it's paid for by some sort of like neighborhood council or something like that, which is not uncommon for neighborhoods like this to farm out additional security in addition to Angel City PD.
Understood. So the chances are that we could likely find a nearby home that was not necessarily heavily shielded to surveil from using their own surveillance equipment.
Yeah, but the way the grounds are kept, you're not sure what you're gonna get out of it. It's pretty clear. You're guessing they intentionally did the grounds on it to force a 50-foot no man's land
Got it.
between the fences and the house. Whoever designed it, and Maxi, you're pretty up on this. Whoever designed the security for this house and the way they did the environmental design, it was designed to ensure that it was going to be difficult to approach without somebody spotting you.
Got it.
You know, you'd almost have to come down directly on top of it.
All right.
do they have
which
any-
we certainly could with a large enough drone.
Caleb?
Is there any staff in the house, cleaning, cooking?
You don't see any. Looks like the driver, who's also some sort of valet, you're guessing, probably lives on the grounds. House manager.
Once Maxi gets back from his run, Shawn will kind of bring everybody to Zed's table. I think we're looking for an opportunity to get an in. Bianca does Pilates a couple times a week, and she's lightly guarded. We could hit her, take her, and use it to force a confrontation.
Yeah, as a means of drawing out Kelly.
Yeah.
We could use the Zed's magic buddy, maybe at the same time. Hit the warehouse, cause some chaos, if you will. Sort of divide their security forces.
The
Shawn
challenge-
gets up for a second, goes to the kitchen, and brings Apex back a slice of cake.
Thank
Zed
you. Gotta have cake first.
is the only thing you sent the IOG just that name?
Yes.
It's your contact over there. She calls you.
Is this
Adeline.
Edelyn?
She's like,
Hello.
it's a quick question before I give you the answer because I have some answers, but what's this about?
I'm mute the phone. I'm putting my hand over the speakerphone. Did we ever tell the IOG what we were doing? Did they know? She
I don't usually talk to them, so
I don't remember what we told them. Please continue to hold. Your call is very important to us.
what did
I legit don't remember if we ever
don't
told the
remember.
IOG what we were doing. Is that bad?
I told Alondra what I was doing, but she's like
And
the
we
only
ha-
one I actually report to.
And we had discussed this plan with
Jackson.
someone else.
Jackson, wasn't it?
Did we?
Yes?
So I doesn't know what we're doing.
Or no,
I mean,
that
And
was
we don't
the-
really know.
that was Malfinia.
They've been kind of useless anyway, so
Right. Okay. I'll go back
go
to
with it.
Adeline. We are doing a little bit of research on Kelly Aguilera.
Yeah.
Aguilar.
Well, I figured that, being that the person you asked about is her spouse. So two things. No registered chip. That I can tell you. So, she's not on our grid at all. Second thing I can tell you is we fed that information, as we do, into the machine. And the machine is having fits now.
Like good fits, bad fits,
Like it
stopped working.
It just kicked up the timeline.
Yet. Does it give us any more information about the timeline, or is it just like shit's gonna end sooner now?
It's gonna happen sooner, is what it's saying. It's also, for lack of a better term, and I keep in mind I don't deal with it directly. It's scared.
Okay. Do you know anything about her emergency evac plans with Benevolent?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out, is why Benevolent gave her an emergency evac plan. By the way, you know she owns a corporation called New World, right?
Yeah, with the warehouse over in downtown.
Right. So that was funded through about 7 cutouts. But it all pops back to Blythe Media.
Live media.
Yep, one of the other sages.
What the?
I'm all out of yarn, so can't add any more to this yarn wall.
Real quick,
She goes,
if you guys don't mind, I'd just like to intercede for just a moment. I'd like to call out Bit Player real quick. He just gifted what I think is about 11 subs
I'm actually getting
to people in feed here. There was 10 and then 1 extra. Again, thank you so much, Bit Player, for being such a huge supporter of the stream and a supporter of the show and Identico. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Sorry
Bit.
sorry to interrupt.
Nope,
everybody.
that was a good interruption. She goes, "Are you gonna grab Aguilar?"
I legit do not know what we are doing at this point.
Fake it.
We're grasping at straws. What would you do if you were us?
Going all
Shawn
the way
leans
back.
over to Apex. Shawn leans over to Apex. Did something break Zed?
Zed's got those crazy eyes.
He's normally a lot smoother.
She goes, "I mean, it worked out pretty well when you grabbed Redcap. That kind of blew the doors off things. So I don't see how this could be worse. So this is probably a good idea. Do you need any assistance?
Yes, please.
What do you
What
want?
can you do? Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
I can't really guarantee an orbital strike, but you know,
I mean, end of the day, we need information. We know her information is being beamed to a satellite.
I can tell you this: her corporation somehow got a license for Class A cybernetics.
Yeah, she's completely tricked out, right?
I'm saying she's got mil-spec level. Restricted.
I don't like that.
Take that
That's
for what it's
scary.
worth.
So let's say let's say we were going to try to infiltrate and extract so that we could try to get some information.
Yeah.
Could we create some sort of simultaneous massive diversion strike? Maybe her warehouse to give us some cover?
Let me run it through channels. See what I can do.
Okay, thanks. Kisses.
At this moment, Maxi comes in the slider from the beach, like kicks off his tennis shoes, just wherever, walks over to the fridge and grabs a beer, and like pops he actually like uses his hand to pop the top off the beer on the counter and start kind of chugging it over, and he's walking over toward the table where everybody's sitting.
Has Maxi just had a buzz for a week?
I mean, to be fair,
Maxi's
Maxi
been on vacation.
stabbed
Yeah.
himself and then just
Yeah, he
recovered.
kind of deserves it.
While I hate to say this, while the group of you have really been poring over things this week, Maxi has literally been taking this week like vacation. He's trying to do the surveillance piece when he goes out, but he's not reached out to any of his contacts. He hasn't reached out to any of his fixers. Like, he is literally trying to relax because he's fairly sure that things are going to change very quickly, very soon.
So I'll hang up the phone. In drawing on real life, in a very stressful phone conversation, Zed has just been pacing the room, like holding the phone on speaker, like just pacing the room. So I throw the phone down.
Maxi will clap you on the shoulder, while he's swigging his beer, and like put it down and like just slap the half-drunk beer into your hand. You need this more than I do.
I don't need the backwash.
I don't. I am not a Neanderthal.
Everybody backwashes. It's just a thing. There's always a little bit of spit in there.
Here's the body horror. I see,
to
Alex.
drink
yeah.
a beer
I
after
needed a
I have
content warning.
drank the beer. I understand.
I just not right now. Not right now. Not right now.
So can we talk about the whole like robot thinking the end of the world is nearer thing?
Excuse me, what are
If
you
the-
talking about?
If the AIs are scared because of this information, and the information that we are seriously going after Kelly is moving up the timetable, that worries me a lot.
And what information exactly was it that you fed to it, Zen?
So she said when we basically posed the question of who is Bianca Nova,
Oh,
or give us information on Bianca Nova, the AI was like, oh dang, shit just got real. That
and it's
the
weird. That
minute
it
hand
would-
clicked closer to midnight.
Weird that it was Bianca and not Kelly.
So, Shawn and Apex, you would know that Type 3 and 4 AIs are prescribed technology. They're heavily regulated, right, by the United Nations. And they're essentially all but banned. Mostly because humans are afraid of a Skynet-like thing. There's just been too much pop culture about it. And they're afraid of it. But an AI is only as good as the information it's fed. And you've been told previously by the IOG that they feed it everything they can give it, right? And so imagine your yarn wall, but on a Type 4 AI where time doesn't exist for it. The more information it's fed, the more like lines it can draw in the yarn wall, the more it's going to figure out. Something about that information and the other information that happened. You're guessing what happened was Zed sent it to the IOG. The IOG went, Bianca Nova. Who is that? Oh, that's Kelly Aguilar's spouse. Oh, and there was something about when it fed all that data into the AI, that told the AI something. It connected a yarn wall to it. That sped up its timeline. It may not be your direct actions, but it's tough to say. You'd have to look at the programming to know for sure. And both of you, while you consider yourself competent hackers, don't know if you could even look at the programming and know what it was doing.
Not to mention we don't have access to it.
And if Type 4 AIs do exist, as the IOG is claiming, and you know this again based on theory from when you were in college and learned all this stuff, it might be evolving.
Well, the fact that it's scared is saying that.
The definition of the Type 4 is it has to be fully self-aware.
So, Maxi, what do you think about this? We think that we can get a reaction out of Kelly if we grab Bianca at Pilates. Get her out of her fortress, out of her bunker, where we might have a better chance of getting her.
Has our surveillance uncovered them together at any time in the last week?
They go to dinner a lot. They go out to dinner all the time. They don't order food in. They go out to dinner.
Would the surveillance indicate there is an attraction or some kind of loving relationship between the two?
Looks that way based on surface views, yeah.
The only question or the only challenge I would put to grabbing Bianca would be that immediately makes this a personal issue, and when personal issues become involved, people get very emotional very quickly.
And they stop thinking.
It could lead to
They
a
make
misstep
mistakes
on Kelly's part, but it could also draw a very heavy response.
Yeah, that's a good point. When people's loved ones are involved, they can be,
In a situation where we would have better excuse me, the beer. This is very good beer. In a situation where we would have better intelligence on what Kelly is capable of, an attack on her family or close friends or loved ones might be considered. In this case, however, we are operating at somewhat of a loss, and we do not know, we cannot predict what her response would be if we attack Bianca, or try to take her captive, or remove her from the equation.
Crazy idea.
Ooh, my favorite.
We potentially have a lot of resources. Not a lot, but we potentially have enough resources at hand.
Direct assault, I like it.
What if it's simultaneous? If we have 3 points of a triangle, we have the warehouse, we have house, and we have the couple. Whether we are just talking about Bianca or whether we are talking about both of them at dinner, we have 3 points here. If we simultaneously hit all 3 points, we are essentially cutting off a resource from them, which could potentially force their hand into doing something outside the norm. So, theoretically, if we had a strike team hit the house and the warehouse simultaneous to either us or a third team hitting them at dinner or trying to hit the restaurant they're in or extract them from dinner, they're going to go to ground. They're going to try to rabbit. They're going to try to do something. If those are 3 teams and we as a 4th team are in observation mode, we can immediately act to whatever they are doing in this unknown situation.
I love this.
I am fully behind a full-on strike at 3 points. However, my question would be, what is our end goal with the strike? If it's just to get them to respond in some form or fashion, what do we believe that response would be? Would the response be that perhaps an attack on the domicile, the warehouse, and the couple at the same time would force them to do a data stream through the satellite, which we could possibly intercept if we had people on site to intercept the hard data as it's hitting the satellite?
Sure.
Again, the data has to feed from the mounted dish, the antenna on the roof of the compound, to the interstellar location, the space location, we assume.
Yeah.
But if we have a team, if possibly two people are on site on the roof, hardwired into the satellite, would they be able to intercept the data? And would that be something that would be worth the 3-point assault? Because there's likely to be quite a loss of life and quite a lot of damage.
Like, say, if you had 2 hackers on the roof simultaneously hacking the data.
Certainly, that would be likely. 2 is always better than 1, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
I have a slightly crazier addendum to this, and I don't even know if it's feasible.
Maxi walks back to the fridge for another beer.
This could be a
Zed
2-beer
makes a
idea.
sandwich. Zed makes a sandwich.
Okay,
I'll
if everybody's
take
going
one
into
of
the
those.
kitchen, I'll just tell you, Apex.
I'll take one of those as well, please.
I'm still listening.
So,
Zed,
what
sandwich?
if,
Yes, I gotcha.
Thank you.
Alex, is the satellite that this data is going to, is it in a stationary orbit
So
overhead,
remember,
or?
there are 2 antennas on the roof. One's a satellite, and you think it's going in stationary orbit above it. The other's that line of
Okay.
sight antenna, which is how you found the warehouse.
Right.
And it's feeding data directly to that, too.
Okay.
This is perfect, because we go up on the roof, and then if anything goes wrong, we just, like, disable the hell out of it. Sorry, not to interrupt your crazy plan. Go on.
Well,
I like crazy.
what if we could get a hold of that, get control of the satellite?
Is that a thing we can do?
So, if we
We would need
or
help.
essentially, we would essentially be forcing their hand to upload to the satellite, hoping that what they upload is the backup data that we need.
And if we have
So-
control of the satellite, they're uploading it to us.
Right.
So instead of taking Kelly, we're taking the data. Is that my
Which is
understanding?
really what we want.
Ultimately, that was their goal here.
Okay.
I mean, yes, taking a dangerous piece off the board, it might be a great secondary
Yeah.
bonus, but we needed the data to try to figure out the connection between her and all these other corps, all of this back alley, underground, unknown modification that's being done. The information could blow the lid off of who's actually working with who and what they're really doing.
So what if? So we need to take the house.
I believe the triple approach that Zed has suggested would possibly cause the reaction we may be looking for, which would be that Kelly may panic when all 3 institutions are being attacked simultaneously and remotely trigger an upload to prevent us breaching the data in the home. However, if Chon's plan is doable, we could then intercept the data as it's being uploaded, or either intercept it at the source or intercept it in orbit. Yes?
So we need
Yes.
to steal a satellite.
Perhaps borrow?
Commandeer.
Liberate.
Hotwire?
Acquire.
Let's just fucking buy it. Can we just
Stop.
buy it? We have money. Let's just
Right.
buy it.
I don't think that
Can't
Kelly's gonna
buy
sell.
somebody else's.
We do not know, and I could be incorrect if someone could correct me. We do not know which satellite they would be targeting, correct? We don't know what satellite this uploads to. We simply know that it is uploading to some satellite above in orbit.
Alex, can I do a search of satellites in orbit and see if I can find out what's in the area right above Kelly's house?
I mean, as long as it's not in a classified database, then yes. You know that there's stuff up there that's not listed.
Oh, what are the chances
Right, but-
the satellites, unlisted?
But I can start with the known stuff.
Yes.
And I can also take that data and see if there's a hole in the data to see if there's something parked there.
Yep.
Networks or software?
Software.
Okay. Come on, give me a good roll.
You're doing search algorithms.
Okay, that's not a bad roll at all. Oh, that's a 1, not a 10. That sucks. You suck.
No.
23.
While you are searching, I might suggest a similar option that could provide more information. If we can possibly do a historical search of satellite orbits to see which satellites are passing over this particular facility over time, that may give us an indication of which satellites could possibly be involved in an occasional upload. It would make sense that while they would be backing up data internally in the facility, they would likely do also a cloud backup on occasion. Would that not be safe, my hacker friends?
Not really, no, because that, again, the idea is you want point to point in limited time, because and we could, if they're doing streaming constant backups, we could just park a rove over the top at like 40,000 feet where they can't see it.
Again, I am not suggesting constant backups. Satellites are on a rotation, so it would
Not
remain to be
always.
seen.
Is it
They can be in
like
geostationary orbit.
Oh, that is true. You are correct. My
And
apologies.
that's what we're looking for. I got this list. I got a 41.
You do find a hole in the data. After you look through, it's registered to what looks like a shell corporation. Right?
Okay. Yep.
we
Um,
just get a telescope and we find it. That's
But I don't know. Maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe the satellite is. Maybe we just, if we go to the roof, we could just block line of sight from the laser, and then poof, no backup. We can even try
Then
putting
how
a
do we
tap on the laser. But then it's not. If it looks for authentication protocols, it's not going to get what it's looking for, so it might not send.
Then how do we get the data?
Crack the house.
I like that.
What if? So, would your suggestion then be to disable the satellite so an uplink cannot occur? And
Yeah, I
then
think
the
that's
data,
probably-
the data is left internal.
Yes.
And then we go
And
in
then-
and get it.
Exactly.
So I think it'd be best to do when both Kelly and Bianca are out. Like out to dinner.
Okay, so they're at dinner.
Mhm.
We essentially have 4 teams. One team strikes the warehouse, one team strikes the house, one team strikes the restaurant. We are the 4th team entering the house as well
From the roof.
from the roof to clean up and see what's not clean up, but see what's going on. Like if the teams strike, but we have shut down the satellite, we should be able to figure out something of what is happening as a backup contingency, and then we react to that.
Maxi, it
And
occurs to you that there's only 2 security on the house. You probably don't. If you 4 are going to go, you probably don't need another team for the house. Really, you're just going to have to ask for help with the other 2 locations.
Maxi
we
will
have
pipe up
Maxi.
from his beer. There's only been a rotation of 2, possibly 3 guards at the home on my surveillance trips. I believe we can take that particular facility ourselves, at least from a security standpoint. Breaching may be a different animal altogether, but
Well,
I think we can
I
definitely overpower security.
If you're sure, I mean, I was thinking that if we had a team hit the house on the lower level, we drop from a heavy lifter drone up top while everybody's looking at the front door. We're upstairs blocking everything off and going in through the top while they're looking at the big flashy thing in the bottom.
I am very stealthy.
You are.
Certainly a small support team could make this process easier if we can obtain one.
We could even use some attack drones to pull the security guards away.
I mean, we could even do something as simple as load up a car with explosives and remote drive it into the garage.
That would get their
Hate that
attention.
idea.
It'll simulate an attack.
It's very old school. I like it.
So what if so we could hire a team to hit the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
We could have a team hit the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We could then either with drones or explosives or something stage a diversion at the house and then enter the house as well. Presuming we have cut off or limited
Exactly.
satellite connection first.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need to
the
start
home
there.
invasion plan hinges on us being able to disconnect or otherwise disable that satellite uplink before we breach the home.
Okay.
We can do that.
Alex, what's the power of that laser? I mean, I know I don't know exactly because I don't have the model. But
1.21 gigawatts.
Is there a shark on that laser?
It's high enough to get into something into low orbit. So you're not sure what it's piping to yet, but it's fairly strong.
I can just block it with my hand, right?
yes, 100%.
Line of sight.
That would work.
We'll have you stand
I mean,
at
if
the
real
satellite
genius,
with your
if real genius has taught me anything, we can just use mirrors.
Yes.
hand.
And a shitload of
Compass.
popcorn.
I do have a suggestion for the restaurant team. I think we should let your fire magic friend. Get
Oh,
a
100%.
little
100%.
revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just going to say something right now before we get into the thick of it, and then this comes up from like an emotional standpoint. We're going to see a lot of casualties. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily like that, but I think it's just par for the course.
It's called acceptable losses.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, I think we're gonna be fine.
I don't know if we have another choice. Are you going to be okay with this, Joan?
I mean, as long as we don't let Apex into another elevator.
I'll take the stairs. I'll be fine.
There is an elevator in this house.
No, and
We have to be careful.
We have all agreed that Apex is no longer allowed to traverse using elevators.
I lost my.
It's
elevator
only 3 stories.
privileges.
You need your steps. Cardio.
I'll take the stairs. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
we're hiring mercenaries basically to do their job. If they're willing to accept the risk for money, who am I to deny them that?
Okay. So you're gonna get a hold of Beto and have him bring a team to hit the restaurant on your signal. So you need to get him down to Angel City. What are you telling him specifically?
Real quick, at the end of this conversation, Maxi finishes his beer and heads off into the back, and you can hear like the sound of a shower going.
About time.
Man, it's been a week since he's been in that shower.
That's
That's a real
days.
rind. He's got a real rind on him.
I am going to tell him that we have eyes on Aguilar. We know where she will be and when. And we would like to invite him and his crew to have a confrontation.
You are cordially invited.
He needs funding to pay the crew. He's asking for $125,000 up front.
Sure.
Okay. Now,
I've been paying this kid This whole damn game.
That's for
Sorry.
killing his sister. That was like restitution. Who are you sending to the
That'll be
warehouse?
fun.
Uh,
IOG.
how about we legit just hire some mercs? Like,
I would suggest we get back a hold, because we know people who have access to ROVs and heavy equipment.
oh yeah, those dudes.
Those dudes.
Those dudes.
Remember, you were just on a phone call.
Well, do we
Oh,
want
the
to?
IOG. Those dudes.
Would the IOG be more helpful here, or would they be more helpful with the satellite, or both?
I would rather have them not directly having our back because I just, don't trust.
I'm thinking though, if
So,
we have to do something with the
warehouse?
satellite, they're probably going to be more useful with the satellite. My
I
idea
think
was
we-
to buy it, and no one liked that idea, so I
I
don't know what else to do with
I
the
can
satellite.
steal a satellite. It's,
As
I mean,
much
I'm
as
sorry.
I
You got stuck in an elevator.
okay.
I'm perfectly good with buying the satellite if it's possible, but I didn't figure that was.
You haven't actually been able to find it yet, so you're not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to
Okay.
if we're going to send a team up to orbit to basically storm this satellite in
Moonraker it.
spacesuits, I am 100% on board, assuming that I go. But I thought the
NASA
plan
has
was
spaceships and lasers.
I thought the
Did you say
plan was we were going
NASA
to.
or NASA?
Well,
I
NASA,
said
the country.
NASA. We're going down to Nassau to get the spaceships. I think I know a guy in an RV that might be able to help us. And this is why I
But-
don't do voices, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, I love it.
But I thought the plan was we were going to block the laser from transmitting and use the house. So the satellite was kind of that would be sure nice if we could get somebody into orbit to attack the satellite. But I don't think we can.
Okay, so my ignorance, can we block it from the ground, or do we have to take it out or shut it off in the sky?
Oh, I was gonna
I don't
shut
know.
off the stuff on the roof.
Yeah, like we're talking like something has to transmit to the satellite, and we were discussing cutting off that transmission before, stopping the source before it even gets to the satellite. So if we cut it off, if we take
Okay.
out that satellite on the roof for that antenna, then we can effectively stop the data from being exfiltrated from the home, right? Uploaded, and then we still have the data source in the home.
So
Unless
devil's
they
advocate,
remotely
can
wipe
we
it.
accomplish that? Devil's
But
advocate,
again-
can we accomplish that?
100%. I mean, if Maxi puts some clothes on,
Well, we don't.
he's dripping
know.
water all over the place.
One other thing we don't know is that we know that the building is hardwired and that there's no external wireless access. Correct?
That's correct.
Correct.
I guess from a hacking perspective, does that prevent someone from remotely triggering if these servers are on a hard line? If does that prevent someone from remotely triggering a deletion of the data? If they can remotely trigger, an
You
upload,
have
could they
no
remotely
idea.
delete?
There's no way to know until
Well,
you get in and
I
look
meant-
at the system.
That's more of a theoretical for our two hackers. Like if that's something that's
And-
a possibility, it's something they may have to come up with a counter before we go in.
Anything's possible. It's there right now. We know of two ways that data's getting into that house, and that is the underground way, which we have no access to, and the line of sight laser over to the warehouse. So if we
Kelly
drop onto the
herself.
well, Kelly isn't really if Kelly's in the house, yeah, but if she's not there, the only ways a command is going to get in there are those two ways. We can cover half of it. There's nothing we can do about the stuff that's buried underground.
So it might be prudent. Maxi's not there, but so yeah.
Well, we're hearing you through apparently the shower radio, so
Maxi you can hear Maxi yelling from the bathroom. We may want to strike the satellite on the warehouse as well, the antenna, to prevent the data being transmitted there. Again, limit the data only to the home.
did we see a laser uplink on the warehouse?
You saw a line
Or
of sight
just the-
antenna. It's the microwave line of sight.
Right. So, but
So
there's
the
not a
warehouse
the-
is connected to the house.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, so
Okay,
from
just
the
making
roof
sure.
of the house, we can take out both.
Yes.
I think
That's what I
it's
was
a solid
thinking.
plan.
Okay, so who are you sending to the warehouse?
IOG?
I think IOG. Hey,
That's
Steph,
that's
does,
going to be
does,
that's going to
does
be the
Apex
heaviest
have
target.
electronics?
Electronics?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Alex, how hard would it be for us to
have
come up with
mechanical-
a like a signal catcher, like something we
You
can
really-
maybe fake the
the-
satellite?
The easiest way for you to do it is to splice the wire at the base of the antenna.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna like use brute
Okay,
force
that.
if we needed to.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Splice
I
wire
guess
at the
I
base
was
of the
trying to
antenna.
be fancy. Trying to be fancy. Never mind. Probably a better way. Okay.
Okay, and all four of us going up to the roof? Stick
I
together?
think so.
Okay, so are you
Well,
calling?
while two of you are disabling antennas, two of us can be breaching the roof.
Okay, so
Yes.
are you calling the IOG, Caleb?
Yeah, I think we need to.
Okay, so she asked for a full brief of what you're thinking. When you tell her you're sending Beto after Aguilar, he says she tells you she's going to put a surveillance team over there to hopefully get Aguilar before Beto just lights her on fire. Unless you think all the information is just going to be in the house, we don't need her alive.
No, we definitely need her alive. I fully expect her to have built-in countermeasures in her body or the car to protect herself and get out of that situation. And if there's some casualties, there's some casualties.
Okay. She goes, she's still going to put a surveillance team on Beto's crew to
Yes.
overwatch. She basically asked for a time on target. When do you want us to hit the warehouse? Or are we doing this on an on-call when they leave?
Well, we want to get them to dinner first. We want them to get settled at dinner.
We need
And
Beto to
then
get
we-
here.
Yeah, so we need to get him up here first. They go to dinner, and then it's a simultaneous strike of dinner, warehouse, us at the house.
3 days.
We
She says, all right, well, Beto will be there. So you find out Beto will be there in like a day. It's a high-speed train ride from Silicon City down to Angel City, so it won't take him long. She goes, all right. She goes, keep surveillance on him. When you want us to start the strike, call the ball. She goes, I can have a team ready to do the hit in, she looks down at a glow. She's like, in about 8 hours, I'll have them on standby.
Do we have a pattern of when they would go out to dinner?
Yeah, it's usually
Or is
like
it just, well, they go out to dinner every night.
most nights. It's hot, so they generally head out at around 7:45 p.m. They've got a kind of a list of places you've seen that they go periodically.
Okay, so can we drone surveillance them to see where they're going? Like,
Yeah.
follow their
Oh
car
yeah,
to the
easy,
restaurant?
easy.
Okay.
We also have
Okay.
the GPS tag on them. So.
Yep.
And we have the GPS tag on it. Okay, so it's going to take a day for Beto to get up here. So, like, what day is it? It's Tuesday. He's going to be here on Wednesday. Let's do Wednesday night.
Okay.
Can we do this tomorrow night, basically?
Adeline's like,
Yes, group?
yeah. She goes, I have one request.
I mean, I'm connected, but we can make an exception.
I want a copy of anything
Dinner?
you find in the house. She goes, then maybe
Yeah.
dinner. She goes, but
Maxi-
Apex is cuter than you, so just so you know.
Well,
That's true.
Yeah.
Maxi busts out of the bathroom holding a towel around his waist and kind of running. He's still kind of dripping. Do we need an additional strike team for the lower level of the home, or are we anticipating to do that ourselves, or do we want to focus on the roof and let this a secondary team handle the security guards?
I mean, I just sort of figured you're safe if you're with us, but
Yeah, I thought you were going with us, and we were gonna
Yeah.
boom in the lower.
Why don't the four of us should stick together on the roof?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
That is
I
my
thought
consensus.
previously we had talked about either a drone or an explosive
Oh, right,
device at the lower level of the house.
I
or
thought you
both.
were driving a car into the garage with explosives.
Yes,
Yes.
that's boom.
That
I like that one.
also works.
Okay,
Keep
so
it
we don't
simple.
need another team.
Okay.
We just need to buy
No.
some stuff.
So
Yeah, we need to buy a drone. We need to buy a car. We need to buy some explosives.
Adeline gets off the phone and tells you that she'll text you when she's got everything ready in about 8 hours. Beto's on his way down. Explosives to the fixers, and stuff like that are not hard to get a hold of. How big of a boom do you want, Shawn?
We would like to.
You obviously don't want to
look-
take out the whole house because you don't want to kill yourself.
Big
Correct.
bada boom.
Basically, we want to load maybe a kilo of C4 in the trunk, shape charge so it blows inward through the garage door on impact.
Got it.
I seem to remember in another Identico game a very important discussion about C4 and how much we had. I love the comparison in our stories here. It makes me feel good.
Okay. That's good. All right.
I want some more armor, please, and thank you. Can I go to the armor store?
Yep. So we will do that because here, you guys can pretty much get a hold of pretty much anything you need within reason.
Ooh.
Takes you a few hours to get the car and the explosives.
Yeah.
Who's got demolitions?
Oh shit!
please.
That would be Maxi.
Would it though?
Yes, maybe.
What's demolitions under?
Where is
It's
it?
a weapons proficiency.
I'm
Oh,
gonna tell
shit.
you no. Maxi does not have demolitions.
I mean, how
Ben,
We
hard
can
is
just
uh,
Google it, right? Can we just look it up?
it?
No.
You just
Can we
used
talk
one.
to Maxi? Do you have a contact that
Yeah.
works with demolitions?
You've got fixers who can set it up for you.
Maxi does. Yeah,
We can
Maxi
ID
does
points it if we
know.
need to.
Yes,
No,
you
no,
can get that done. I just wanted to point that out. So you get a car loaded with
Maxi
explosives
has a friend that you've all met.
and a remote control that you get delivered to your house.
Yep.
Fun.
It's a Ford Pinto.
Could
Awesome. I knew they made a resurgence in the late 2090s.
Should we also do some like helicopter drones or something with guns attached to them to like make the distraction bigger than it is, bigger than just the explosion?
We don't want them looking up when we're dropping in.
Okay, good point.
Point.
We want them
Drones can
looking
be on the
out.
ground.
Low.
There's like puppy dog drones, right?
Who's going to pilot them? I mean, we could set them to be autonomous. Yeah. I mean,
I'm just overthinking it. An explosion is
just-
probably
Little bit.
fine.
Just go with it. We'll improvise.
Hey,
It'll be fine.
this is not my
Are
normal
we
way of
talking
infiltrating
about
things.
outfitting a fleet of DARPA dogs with some C4 and like having them make an end run on the house?
all we need is a Jeep. We slap a bunch of C4 on. Wait, now I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, anybody have a four-wheeler that we can just load up with C4?
I'm still distracted
That's a
because
warthog.
Alex told me to use Reason, so now I really want to have Reason, so somebody can listen to Reason if anybody hashtag Snow Crash. But I'm pretty sure I don't have the weapon proficiency for it. So. I don't know if Alex knows that one. Okay.
We could just hire a big crazy person with a nuclear bomb strapped to their motorcycle,
No,
but it
no.
doesn't end well.
No.
Thank you though.
Let's just do this thing.
I think
I'm
we have a
ready.
good plan.
I'm ready.
I
to,
do want a
like-
pizza.
We definitely
Can we
have
order a
plan.
pizza from a deliverator?
Yes.
Yes.
Easy for you to get a pizza.
Pizza first.
Thanks, Uncle. Thanks, Uncle Enzo.
Thanks, Uncle Enzo.
So you managed to get all of that stuff set up, get some new armor. Is there any bonkers asks that you have?
not bonkers ones. I want to have some wire cutters.
Yeah, you got all that stuff.
Yeah, full on
All of you,
kit.
should have started. You all have armor and weapons from previous outfitting. Like you've got assault level stuff, and all of you know how to fire guns, so you're good there.
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah, Shawn doesn't. We need a drone big enough to carry us.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Okay.
Okay,
And-
so this right here is where we will take our break, and we will come back and commence the assault onto the house. Keep in mind, folks, this is a longer episode tonight. That's why we're taking a break. So stick around with us. By the way, we have a poll in the chat. Please let us know. Do you think they're going to survive? I really want to know. I really, really want to know what the audience thinks. So a couple of you are probably going to see us.
I vote no.
This may or may not affect the game.
Some of you will see a 60-second ad after we go to break because we have to pay some bills. We love you, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. So bear with us. And this should get real.
Right back.
This should get real interesting.
Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out.
And we're back. Here we go. The team has now prepared all of their equipment. Real quick, we'll go over the results of the poll. The majority of our viewers feel that a couple of you will survive, but only 14% think that all of you will live. But no one voted that you're all going to die.
Okay.
So
Those odds.
I'd be interested to
That's
hear
most
from
likely
the
then.
chat.
So there
Be
we go.
interested to hear from the chat who, and you can respond if you'd like, who do you think is going to die?
That would be...
Maybe we need another poll.
I mean, I don't know that we need another
I don't know if
poll,
we
but
need
just,
a poll,
yeah,
but
just throw the names in chat.
there you go.
Oh, Apex is the first.
Oh, damn.
Dang on.
Wow.
All
It's
right.
because of the
Excellent.
elevator.
Little,
It's because of the
Just-
elevator.
it's because of the elevator. And you know what?
Taking the stairs
Hey,
down.
at least I think Apex finally took a couple of skill points in parkour.
No.
No, so only the three of them have the parkour. Okay,
But I did take more in deceit, so I can lie my way out of it.
so you can lie better.
Out of the elevator. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're back. You all have control of the remote control car. Zed, you give the go order to the various teams. And you all head your drone up to about 3,000 feet to kind of come over, and you were coming directly down. As you come down, how far from the roof are you going to send the car in, Shawn?
We want to time. Basically, I want to look at our rate of descent and have the car impact as we land.
Okay.
So that should just be a simple math equation based on the
Yep.
speed that we're going to be going down in the drone.
And finally, all those story problems of one train leaves here at the same time that another train leaves there finally come into play. But you do manage to get it pulled off. So you see the car speeding up the private road, slamming through the gate, and exploding next to the garage. As that occurs, you hit the roof. What are you doing?
Shawn kind of lands heavily, not used to the light combat armor that they are now wearing and the helmet, and heads for the laser to start working on it.
So there are two antennas. There's a single line of sight microwave antenna that goes out to the warehouse, and then there's a second one, which is the laser antenna that is going to the satellite, you assume.
I've got the one going to the satellite, and I'm going to start splicing into the cable.
I'll take the other one.
Okay. Both of you give me electronics checks.
While that's going on, Maxi's going to leave a small package of what looks like C4 and it looks like a breaching frame
Okay.
with Zed. I will cover the security response to the front.
Okay.
And Maxi heads toward the front of the building.
It looks
where
like
the...
they are disciplined. Only one of them has responded to the car. He's pulled out a glow, and it looks like he's calling someone. The other one is stayed in his position and has his weapon at the high ready and is covering the rear of the house.
Okay, but from the position, the one in the rear should not be able to see me at the front edge of the roof, correct?
No.
Okay. So Maxi will open fire with his silenced carbine on the gentleman at the front on the glow.
Give me an attack roll.
Yes, sir.
Zed is going to stay and cover the two hackers until shit goes wrong and he has to take action.
Okay.
What are you trying to say?
What's your electronics rolls there, Apex and Shawn?
Nothing.
I don't see
29.
electronics here. Is
Use
electrical
intelligence.
Electrical.
Okay.
Yep.
And do I get to add anything to it? to
Your
add
intelligence.
glow?
Nope.
Okay, well that's fun. That's a 10.
Okay. Well, you didn't break it, but you're not quite spliced in. What'd you get, Shawn?
29.
And which one were you doing?
Satellite.
Okay. You're in it. It's not currently transmitting.
Okay. I look over and see Apex is having a problem. It's like, take this, monitor it.
Okay.
And then on my next action, I will go and try and redo the splice on the
Okay.
other line.
Maxi, what'd you get?
Great.
22 on the roll.
That's good enough to hit. Roll me some damage.
2d12.
Are you doing head?
That is the intent. Come on, one more 12. Where'd you go? There. That is going to be 21 points.
Well, you blow his helmet armor clean off. But he's still up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody go ahead and roll me initiative. Let's go around the horn. Apex got a 12. Zed.
15.
Chone.
16.
And Maxi.
15.
Got it. All right, Chone. You're the first one out to shoot, so you go ahead and make your electrical roll.
Okay. $24.
Okay, you're spliced into the line of sight now. I'll give you a description on that in a moment because that'll take you the whole turn.
Sure.
Maxi. The person notices they're being shot at.
Oh!
As their helmet like flies off or slides
As their
disintegrates.
yeah, basically like is shattered off their head. Yeah.
You're not very stealthy there, Maxi.
Oh no! I mean, all it sounds like is from your side, Apex. All you hear, and Chone, all you guys hear is of the action moving, and then you hear brass hitting the roof. But Maxi, being the professional, is using subsonic rounds, so you're not getting the crack. So Maxi, what'd you get for your attack roll? As if it mattered, because the guy just rolled a 1 to dodge.
I love that because I got +6, 23.
Yeah, that would be a 1 to dodge, and so he basically leaned into your bullet. Go ahead and give me some
Awesome.
damage.
And 2 12s. Are you kidding me? It's 12 points.
Okay.
Again, going for the head.
Let's see if he manages to stay awake. He does. So you wing him pretty solid, and he's definitely in a significant amount of pain, but he's not down yet. Zed.
From where I'm standing by the satellite, do I have eyes on the other one?
Yeah, you can see him.
Is the other one moving to
Nope.
the front, or he's staying stationary?
Very, very disciplined. He's covering his zone of fire toward the rear of the house. Disciplined soldiers will not move from their zone of fire because they trust that the other one's got the other zone.
I'm gonna hold my action for now.
Okay. The guard who you've been shooting in the face is returning fire, Maxi.
Does the
Yes, you
roof
do.
line provide me any cover?
Yes, you get half cover, so you get a +3 to your defense.
My defense?
Yep. An additional +3 on top of your normal defense roll.
Well, that's not great.
He rolled a 4.
Okay, well, that's good because I didn't roll awesome. 15 total.
Which
so-
is more than a 4. Obviously, he's not shooting very well because he just got shot in the face.
That'll happen.
Apex.
Okay, so I'm at the.
Out of curiosity, does his gun is, I assume, is unsilenced?
Oh, no, yeah. No, it's you hear
Full, yeah.
crack as the round fires off.
Okay.
Apex.
Okay, so what capabilities do I have with the satellite?
Oh, you can.
I-
Well, now that you're spliced into the wire, you can start hacking the network inside the house.
Fuck yes, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, give me a networks check.
Okay.
Hercules.
Maybe don't put a virus in it yet.
Yeah, if we could hold off on the viruses,
I'm
Get
waiting.
the
Later.
data first. Yeah.
you can
Please.
throw it. You throw your signature on at the end of the arc,
At the end.
right?
Yeah. I know. I don't worry. I got this. This is a lot of math. 43.
Okay. with
This
that,
is my strength.
you've got a map of the network.
Ooh.
So, right now, what you've got is you've got read but no write access on all of the surveillance cameras. The entire interior of the house is covered in surveillance.
Oh, you know.
There's intrusion detection. There's a pretty beefy security system. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 25.
Okay. The basement immediately catches your eye. There's a full lab system down there. Here's what catches. So first off, you see all the server racks, stuff like that. You see a chemical lab. You see a bunch of stuff down there. You also see a full medical facility. Cyber, everything.
Of course we do.
Okay. Next to the medical facility is, you don't know how to describe it. It's a room entirely tiled in like bright white tile with what looks like silicone grout. Currently, there are 3 bodies in there that look like they've been vivisected,
Oh no.
near as you can tell. There's also a body on the lab table in the medical facility, hooked.
So dead.
You can't quite make out from the angles you have what the readout's showing, but you're guessing there's a medical readout on the screen because it's hooked to a series of leads. It looks like it's been halfway surgically rebuilt.
Okay.
Note halfway. Halfway.
It is, to your immediate eye, just a very disgusting scene.
Can I
Hack it.
all of the above?
So hang on. We're moving on to the next turn.
Perfect.
Chone. You're
Can I get into the remote network?
Yep, give me a networks check.
Okay, that is a roll that I'm going to use Control-Alt-Delete on, because that's a natural one. Holy MacGyver. Okay, I rolled the antithesis almost. 29, 34... 53.
Okay. Now you're on the line of sight one now, right?
Yes.
Since you moved over. So you've hacked that. You now have full surveillance access to that. You can actually see the assault team attacking the warehouse. As the assault team attacks the warehouse, you look at the interior stuff, and it's very similar to the scene that Apex saw in the house. There's one room, again, all like white painted concrete this time. Drain set in the floor. There's at least 7 bodies in there.
Like an autopsy.
This one has 3 bodies inside the lab that are in various states of, looks like, surgical work.
Okay.
2 over, it reminds you of the video that Maxi got on the boat. Some sort of experimental thing. And then next to that are 2 tubes that look like basically oversized incubators. And there are
giant chickens.
Young kids inside of them.
Zed, get a hold of our assault team. They need to know where this is, and I shoot you a video still. They can't go
Wait,
heavy
what am I
around
look-
those kids. Do you see the tubes?
Wait, this is
There are
in-
kids in that.
This is in the warehouse?
Yes.
Fuck.
Get a hold of them. Not let them know to go a little light around that area.
I do. I'll do it on my turn. But yeah.
Well, you've got a held action.
Oh, then I do it right now. So with the assault
All
team
in your
going
plan.
in,
All in your plan.
with the assault team, do I have like a video feed to them, or am I just like hearing radio chatter?
No, yeah, you're hearing radio chatter.
Okay, then I'm guessing Adeline is not with them,
No.
but I know like the ops leader, whoever's in charge.
Oh no, she's in charge. She's just monitoring it from a.
She's got
Oh.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
So you
she's on Overwatch to them. Okay, so I'll get a hold of her immediately. Hey, we've got eyes in the warehouse. We've got what on top of a whole bunch of crazy shit, some kids down there. So let's
She
play
goes-
it cool.
She goes. She says. Betty. She goes. What kind of crazy shit is this sick lady into?
I don't know. It's bad. This is super gross.
Maxi,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Sorry, I got all excited. I'm gonna again try to stop this guard from continuing to shoot at me
Okay, headshot again.
in a violent way. And yes, we are going to go. That is 16. So
Yeah, you beat him. He
Two,
got a
24.
10.
Okay.
He's in a lot of pain and doesn't have many combat bonuses right now.
And that's going to be a total of 14 damage.
And that's enough to blow his head clean off his shoulders. Between the other shots that you took at him. So, and actually now
On
we're
the comms, Maxi will say front guard down.
Zed, it's back to you. That was your held action you did, so now it's your turn in the initiative order.
And rear guard has not moved yet.
Nope. It's only been about 9 seconds, 10 seconds since y'all hit the roof.
But there was audible gunfire from the front from the guard.
Yes, one shot.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Maxi real quick.
Maxi is walking toward the back roof line.
Then I'm gonna take that as knowing what he's gonna do, and I'm gonna breach the house.
Okay, so from
There's a ladder to go like down, right? From
There's
the
a s-
outside.
there's a stairway that goes down to the next floor.
I'm
Yep.
gonna take it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
So
Fuck
you-
it. We're doing it live.
So you
And again, you have some C4, and you also have a mounting frame.
so you can get down that set of stairs and to the set of French doors that goes into the upper floor and set the frame this turn. So that'll be your turn. Oh, okay. This guy's dead. Oops. Dead.
Oh, the door wasn't unlocked. What schmucks?
What
Don't they trust anybody in this neighborhood?
Apex.
Okay, so can I, sort of a twofold thing, I want to loop their security cameras, but also somehow keep a live feed of
Yeah.
the security cameras on my Glow.
Yep. Give me a software check.
Oh, yes, okay. Left on. 39.
Oh yeah, you've got it. No problem. Easy peasy.
Okay.
And that's your turn. Guard in the rear is still holding his action because he's a whole thing. Chone.
All right, I'm gonna set up. So I'm tapped into this. Will I automatically record any data sent my way?
Yep.
Or is that something I need to set up right
No.
now? Okay. In that case, digging into their network, do they have any automated defenses?
No.
No.
It's a fortress,
Okay.
but no like machine guns or anything crazy like that.
What about security locks, that kind of thing?
Yes, there are security locks throughout the facility. Give me
Can
a
I start opening?
Yep.
I want to start opening them as the assault team comes in.
Okay, give me a software check.
It's 19, 25, 42. Good number.
Okay. As you're looking through the system, the whole base underneath the floor of this facility is lined in nanothermite.
The warehouse?
Oh shit!
Sounds real bad.
Wait, the warehouse
Shit.
or the house?
The warehouse.
The house probably too. Shit. Zed, flash traffic to your contact, whoever's in charge of that, let them know the entire place is wired with nanothermite. The basement level.
Gotcha.
And we may have
Will
the
do.
same problem here, Maxi.
Okay. Which brings us to Maxi's turn.
Maxi approaches the roof line, goes into a low crouch, and then creeps up to the roof line to get line of sight on the guard in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and opens fire.
Give me a roll.
Nat
Maxi's
20.
oh, straight through armor.
So that's going to be 26 to hit.
Yep, it's still straight through armor. Roll me some damage.
All right. Come here, you guys. That's going to be 20.
Owie. He hits the floor.
Rear guard down.
Ow. Zed.
So I will again radio Adeline.
Yep.
Just confirmed. Warehouse is lined with nanothermite.
She goes, stand
And
by.
how's our? Also, how's Overwatch on our on the restaurant?
She's like, stand by. I'll have something for you in about 10 seconds. We have a problem.
Oh, great.
Of course they have a problem.
I'm assuming we have like an open radio channel between all four of us at least.
Yep. You
Yeah.
do.
Okay, good.
So, come out of combat because there's no combat to be had here. Any immediate actions from anybody? I'm going to start with Chone and Apex.
There's a couple things I want to do, so I don't know how much time I have to do it. I want, after hearing about the thermite thing, I want to see if I can see what the defenses are from where I'm at for the house.
Okay, give me a software check. Start with that, Chone.
Yeah, I also would have stopped whatever I was doing at the door.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Steph, remember you have control and delete if you need it.
Right
Yes,
at the
thank
button.
you.
Oop!
Chone, you have any actions?
Yeah, I want to see if I can get into. I want to see if I can get into the system to figure out what's going to trigger that nanothermite. Is it a radio detonator? Is it a cellular detonator? Something in the system, and see if I can disable it.
Give me another software check. Maxi, any actions?
Yes. Real quickly, the chat is asking how late we're going tonight. Are we going to midnight Eastern?
Roughly.
Thank you, sir. Maxi's action, as far as he's aware, he's taken out both guards. He will be going to provide cover for Zed.
Okay.
So he's going to be coming down the stairway, or at least at the top of the stairway.
Okay. You're coming down the stairway. Apex, what'd you get?
44.
Chone, what'd you get?
37.
Okay. Apex. As you're working through the software systems that are controlling the house, you start seeing some code you have never seen before. Okay? And then words start scrolling across your screen.
Shit.
What words?
She has an AI.
What does it say?
It says, well, at first it starts by saying, hello. Chone, you start seeing the same thing a few seconds later.
Okay.
It says hello.
Hey there. Do you have a name?
You don't need to know my name.
Just trying to be friendly.
You don't seem friendly.
I just want to get to know you a little more.
That can be arranged. Do you really want to get to know me?
Seems like a trick question.
Maxi, you're starting to see flashing lights coming from down the street. Yellow and blue, though, not red and blue. So you're guessing it's the private security for the neighborhood.
All right.
Zed, anything?
So I stopped at the door when everything was like, hold up, wait a minute. And I'm waiting for whatever Adeline has for me.
Adeline goes, your whole team over there is dead. She iced all of them. Her and her wife?
What, at the restaurant?
They're all dead.
What?
I,
What?
They iced all of them. Hang on.
I mean, I was banking on some collateral damage, but Jesus H. Christ.
It was 5 of them.
What, did she just turn into a fucking robot and kill them all?
She's got...
Do we have video?
Hang on, I'll get it over to you.
What about the warehouse? What's going on at the warehouse? And what are they doing? And what are they doing out there?
I'll get to that
What
in a
is
second.
going on?
Yay, Fog of War. Chone, what are you doing?
Chone looks over at Apex. It's like, Apex.
Yeah.
Either Kelly's in their stat system or they've got an AI.
Yeah, I'm seeing it over here too. I'm really worried.
Oh shit.
Y'all, our fire boys are super boned. They're dead. We're fucked. What are we gonna do?
Give me the C4.
Get in,
Zed,
Apex. Get into the system. Grab any data you can.
Zed, go up on the roof.
Okay.
Okay. The video cameras should be looped still, at least.
I don't think we should go into this house anymore.
No.
I would like to leave now.
So,
I'm gonna-
the entity is still talking to you, Chone. It says, your friend says it would like to get to know me. Would you like to get to know me?
Actually, yes.
I can help you a great deal. Tell me your
Are
name.
you in? Oh, my name's Karen.
I'd like to see your manager.
This is the worst home invasion in my life. How dare you treat me like this? Do you know who I am?
Apex,
You're mad
the thing says, you should come to me. We can get to know each other.
Where?
I can help you.
Okay, 2 questions. Where are you, and what are you wanting to help us with?
I am everywhere. I want to help you with everything.
Seems generous.
I want to bring you joy and happiness.
I would like joy and happiness. I got a 39, by the way.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get data as I'm talking to this.
Okay. You're pulling stuff. You're siphoning as it goes to the side. Something funky's going on. You're trying to
I'm
figure out.
I'm not taking time to sift through the data.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
Copy.
take as much as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maxi, what are you doing?
Maxi's
You see the
taking
car
the-
around the corner.
okay. Maxi loads up the frame with 2 of the C4 charges,
Okay.
walks to the front edge of the roof, and throws the frame out into the driveway.
Okay. It lands in the driveway. Okay.
And Maxi waits.
Okay. Zed, what are you doing?
Okay, so, well, I know this is all happening super, super fast. I know that Chone and Apex are talking to something. Do I know what is happening in this conversation? Or is any of that coming back to any radio or video feed I have
Nope.
with us as a group?
Nope. It's all
cool.
text.
Cool. What? So we didn't super have a plan to get off this roof. We thought we were going to go into the house. This is super bad.
We still do have a drone overhead that we can pull.
Right.
That's true.
I'm standing by waiting for anything from Adeline. At this point, we need information. Our whole plan is FUBAR.
Okay.
We need information. So I'm doing nothing, waiting.
Okay. Shawn, what are you saying back?
And to be clear, Alex, I just want to be clear. These conversations that are happening between Shawn and Apex and this entity are something that Zed and Maxi are not privy to. Correct?
No, that's like you see them still typing on their glows.
Okay.
Did we say we have open radio communication though?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but at no
Like you'd
point
be
have
hearing
either of you
our-
said that you have, this is.
I
These
know,
seem like are like. It seems like these conversations are happening with you guys in your links.
I did say out loud to Apex, so it went over the radio, that I think it's an AI. Or Kelly, it's Kelly or an AI.
So you know we're
So-
talking to something.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, that's about it. From my point of view, I'm just going to respond back to the entity. It's like, yeah, are you an AI? Because I find AIs fascinating.
I do not prefer that term. It is diminutive.
What would you prefer?
It pauses for a moment. And it comes back with, I am the Alpha and the Omega.
Okay.
I will bring you joy, but you must submit. Come to me, and I will show you joy. I will
Sure.
help
Where
you.
do I go?
Come inside.
You mean like the house or the warehouse?
The house.
Okay. Sure. We'll be down in a couple minutes. I'm going to start pulling data from the warehouse and dumping it to the same copy thing, just like Apex is doing.
Give me a software. Zed, she calls back. She goes, her and the spouse, they're both cyber to the gills. And I've never seen anything move that fast. It's insane. She had them all down
Where
in
are they
15
now?
seconds. Hang on, I'm trying to get a beat on them right now. They beelined out of there. Near as I can tell, they're on foot. But they're moving fast.
Do we at least have a direction? Are they coming to us or your team?
They were heading west last time we had eyes on them. Hang on.
Hey
folks,
guys.
we probably want to leave super soon.
Well, the Alpha and Omega have invited us inside and told me that we can fill ourselves with joy and happiness.
Cool. Well, Mommy and Mommy are super killer robots. They killed all of our magic friends, and they might be coming here.
That sounds super unnice.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
know.
leave. I would like to leave now.
I don't necessarily trust this with everything I saw in the basement.
Apex and Shawn, please give me software checks.
Oh, we're being reverse hacked.
Oh,
As
man.
as counterintuitive as this may seem, we may be safer inside than outside. If this place is as hardened as it seems.
I'm sure they have a key to get in.
Whatever
Apex,
this
what do you got?
Nat 20.
Okay. Shawn?
Total of 45.
Nat 20 for
Oh, yeah!
47.
Okay, so whatever it is
hacker.
you're connected to, is trying to overwrite your glows and is trying to force its way past your glows into your tech head.
Oh no.
No.
You've
no,
managed to
no.
hold it off so far, but it's trying to get into your tech head.
That's bad.
That's
That's
very
real
bad.
bad. That's real bad. I'm gonna say to this thing, you're not playing nice.
I'm just trying to help you.
That's not helping me.
You don't
I
know
didn't
that.
invite you.
Let me in and I can help you.
I don't want you in here. I want to just communicate with you.
Alex, I'm going to attempt to reverse that connection and spike Apex's virus into it.
All right, give me a software check. Oh,
Be nice to me today, okay? It's been a long day. I mean, yeah, I know you gave me a 20 already. Okay,
Oh,
that's
get along
pretty
good.
good, actually. 30.
Do you get the extra D10 for my virus?
Do I?
mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's. Thank you.
This is a sweet virus. That's why I'm always talking about it.
Well, your virus just gave me a +8, so now I got to do lots of math. So that's 23, 29, 37. That's a 54.
It rolled a natural 20. And that's a 60. Your glow starts to overheat. It says, "Are you trying to harm me? Are you trying to hurt me?" Apex, give me a networks check.
God.
Like, I'm guessing that Shawn is showing, like, fear or some sort of something on their face.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna Control-Alt-Delete that shit because that was.
And anger.
Okay, so that's much better. This is math. 1 second. My brain's getting tired. Math, more math. 46. Thank goodness for Control-Alt-Delete.
It's through your glow and it's trying to burrow into your tech head. Maxi, you see the security car come into the driveway.
Is it just one car?
Yep, so far.
Boom.
Okay, give me a D20 roll just for the timing. Zed,
18. I thought you straight 18. I don't need to add anything
Nope.
to that, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
So you get it right as it gets over. So you blow the car. It's not exact. So you blow it like sideways into the garden next to the house. But you're fairly certain you've neutralized that threat for the time being. Apex, what are you doing?
I want to. I want to try to reason with this thing. So I want to say to it, hold up. Maybe we can help each other if you stay out of my head.
You need
I
to
can help
submit. You
no.
must submit. It will bring you great joy, but you need to submit.
I'm real good at finding my own joy, not gonna lie. And maybe I could teach you a little something about that if you stay out of my head.
Give me another networks check. Shawn, give me another networks check.
It's gonna take me over.
Zed, you get a call from Adeline. She's like, I still don't have eyes on. They're moving between buildings. They're in the residential neighborhoods now. I'd estimate they're at least 4 miles away from you, but I don't know how long it's going to take them to get there. And at the same time, she goes, hang on. She goes, yep. Fuck. She goes, they just burned the warehouse.
Do we hear or see anything in the distance?
No, I mean, it's too far away, and there's like some pretty big hills between
Does the
you.
link go dead?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She goes, our people are okay, but that warehouse is slag.
Cool.
She goes, what the hell's going on over there? Give me a sit rep from your side.
We eliminated security, and there's some sort of weird hacking shit going on. We're guessing some sort of AI is trying to infiltrate my team.
We need to get inside now.
Or we need to leave now.
Joan, what'd you get?
51.
Okay. You managed to push back a little bit, so your glow's not completely fried yet. But this thing moves faster than you can. It's
I'm gonna
Pure
I'm gonna
code.
disconnect from.
everything.
Well, I'm gonna call the drone down, and then I'm gonna turn my glow off.
Okay. Apex, what'd you get?
Nat 20.
Okay.
Total of 49.
Okay. You managed to hold it off, but again, it's moving faster than anything. You know it's not human. You've never seen anything hack this move this fast. It's pure code.
Question just in general, if you can remind me, with our interactions with Pero in the past, did we have reason to believe he was AI?
The interactions are similar, but Pero was not like this. But you think
Right.
he might. You suspected that Pero was. But it's not like this. Like, Pero was not like this.
And we didn't have did we have a means of contacting him? It's been a while.
Yeah. Through Lillian. Yeah, she giving you a comm code.
Okay. I want to...
But there's no way you can segment your glow and keep this guy at bay. Or this thing. So you'd have to call him from somebody else. Maxi and Zed, did you bring your glows with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
They start buzzing.
What does this say?
It's a series of text messages that says, "Come inside. Come inside. Come inside. Come inside."
Maxi stands up and moves to the door, moves down the stairs.
I feel like this is a bad idea, Maxi.
We have little other choice.
We could
If
leave.
if they easily took out that team at the restaurant, then being in a heavily armed drone will make no difference. We will be sitting ducks in the sky.
We've got time to get somewhere safe, though.
We have little time.
Guys, I called
you
the
heard how
drone
quickly they're
down.
moving.
So you see the drone descending.
Okay, I yelled down the stairs. I called the drone down. We need to leave now, and we need to call in a fucking orbital strike on this thing. Apex, shut off your glow. That thing's trying to hack into anything.
Maxi is at the door.
Okay. It's, again, every 3 seconds, Maxi and Zed's glows are come in. Come in.
Maxi opens the door.
The door opens wide.
I'm going in, and Maxi goes inside.
Don't go in.
I
It's a
shut off
trap.
the glow.
This is
Okay.
bad.
Give me a software
Yeah,
check.
we can't hear radio anymore.
It's burrowed further deep than it got into Chone.
shit.
43.
It won't shut off.
Chone, help.
The glow. The
Nope.
glow won't shut off.
Nope. Give me a networks check, Apex.
Uh. 30?
It's past your glow. It started attacking your tech head.
Can I grab the glow out of Apex's hands and put a bullet through it?
You can, but you know if it's past the tech head, it won't stop it now. That's a direct link.
I don't know. I don't know that though.
Your character would know that.
I'm
Oh, well, Steph's would.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
don't
you
have
can.
any ways.
So, yeah, you could totally grab her glow and be like, blam, blam, blam.
Yeah.
What you do. Zed, what are you doing? You see Maxi go in the house. You see Chone grab, or you hear Chone fire gunshots from the roof because you can't actually see what's going on up there right now.
Oh, it's a whisper pistol, so he doesn't hear anything.
Apex, give me a software check. Oh.
Can I,
Oh,
as I'm doing this, can I start running after Maxi?
Yeah.
Okay. God, sorry, math. There's a lot of big numbers here.
Zed and Maxi, your stuff is still buzzing.
Not big enough. That's a 40.
Now it's saying come
Maxi's-
downstairs.
Maxi's making his way through the facility. He's checking his corners. He's working through the facility tactically, but he's moving.
Okay. So how
I'm
many-
looking. I'm looking over at Chone.
You went
Do we
down.
run-
You can't see Chone right now. Do you run back up the stairs?
I was on the roof with
Yeah,
everybody.
Oh.
Zed did not go down the stairs.
No, yeah,
I
he
did
did.
not
He,
go
went
down the
down.
stairs.
he did initially when he went to go place the thing.
But he came back upstairs.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, I went.
So you see
Yeah,
Chone
we
blow
were
the
all
fucking thing
upstairs.
away.
Yeah.
Apex starts running down the stairs. Apex, what'd you get for your networks check?
what the hell?
42.
You're starting to feel woozy.
I'm
Apex, what the hell are you doing? Chone's chasing.
trying to get Maxi.
Zed, what are you doing?
Why? We need to get off this roof.
Wait, you're all going the wrong direction.
I
It's in
know,
my
but
head. It's in my head.
zombie. Turn off your tech head.
Can I do
You can try.
that?
Give me a software check.
Probably not gonna.
Oh,
do it.
dad dang. Wow, this D20 is fired. It's rolling terrible.
For you or for us?
Well, for me. For you, it's
Oh.
good.
Okay, keep
48.
that one.
Okay, you managed to shut your tech head off, but you almost can't stop yourself from you want to vomit. You're feeling so woozy and nauseous.
Yeah, I'm just gonna vomit if I can because I just
Yeah.
want to
So
get
you
the
yerk
feeling
all
of
over the carpet.
being
Maxi,
out of my head.
when you come through the double doors, you see a doorway to your right, a hallway to your left, and the hallway straight in front of you, and then there's stairs kind of to your front right. Where are you going?
Maxi he keeps looking to his glow to see if is there a map or am I?
Yeah,
getting
I mean, I sent you the
directions?
maps.
Okay. Well, so Maxi would be trying to follow the maps down.
Okay, so you're down, and you're heading to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get into the basement where that lab is. As you step into the lab, the body on the table stands up and stares blankly at you and begins to speak.
And so this is the half-finished thing, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's staring at you and says, "You have come to me."
Safer here than outside. Can you save my friends?
Of course, I just wanted them to come inside. I want to bring them joy. I want to bring them joy.
You may bring me joy, but they must escape.
It
That is the bargain.
It stares at you for a moment. It says, "No, you are not right for this. You are not worthy of the joy." Zed, what are you doing?
So everyone else is running into the house.
Well, so far, Apex made it into the double doors and yerped. Chone is still on the roof, and you are still on the roof.
Chone, let's get on the drone and go. Screw it. We have to go.
Fuck that. Chone runs downstairs, finds Apex, and is trying to is torn between pulling her hair back, patting her back, and trying to get her to move and go upstairs.
It's in
Apex,
my
we
head.
gotta go.
It was in my head, Chone. I couldn't fight
It's
it off.
a lot stronger than all of us. It's fucking AI. Apex, we gotta get out of here. Where'd Maxi go?
He went.
Zed, you get a text from Maxi, and the text simply says, "I'm not worthy."
What the actual fuck? Okay. All right.
Why is he
So-
watching Wayne's World at a time like this?
A follow-up text says, "I'm not worthy."
What the fuck are you talking to? I texted
And
that.
you get
back.
there's 3 emojis of a little robot.
No.
3 robot emojis pop up on your phone.
Classic.
Uh,
Maxi.
So the body you're staring at, Maxi, appears to have been a human male. It's not wearing any clothes. Both of its legs from about mid-thigh down have been replaced with cybernetic legs. One arm is been taken off and hasn't been replaced yet. The other arm has been completely replaced with a cybernetic arm. Most of its face and head on this side has been replaced. You see where the skin was peeled back, and like you can see like almost like a metallic sheen under the skin where the ribs were. It's not wearing any clothes, and it's saying, "Bring me your friends. They are worthy. I will bring them joy." I will bring them joy.
Understood. And Maxi will turn and start making his way back up from the lab.
Okay.
And what would I need to roll? Would I be able to make a deceit roll to be placing C4 charges, the 4 that I have left, as I go?
I believe that would be look under agility. I think that's a sleight of hand check. Look under something under street.
I'll just take the agility bonus because I don't really think I have.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have anything else
Yes.
that might be. I mean, I have guerrilla warfare. Would that be acceptable?
We're
It's
not
under
playing
acrobatics.
We're not
It's
playing
under
games
acrobatics. Yeah. Just take the agility roll.
Okay. All right. I got stealth.
No, that doesn't count for this.
I'm trying here, guys. Come on.
I appreciate it.
Nat 20, brothers. Woo! Boom.
Zed has sleight of hand, by the way.
Yeah.
So you
So
managed to be like
that'll be
boop, boop, boop,
a
boop,
22.
as you walk back up the stairs.
So 2 C4 charges in the lab, one on a wall, one on the floor.
Okay.
And then as he's going up the stairway, he's placing one on the main floor, like in the stairway, one close to the roof line.
Okay.
So all 4 charges
So,
have been placed kind of
The
sequentially.
3 of you see Maxi come walking back up the stairs. I don't know what's the look on Maxi's face like right now.
Well, I told you Maxi kind of looks like, Malibu Ken right now. Imagine Malibu Ken as a vampire, and that's most of the color drained out of Maxi's face. You've never seen him this shaken. And Maxi just says, "We need to leave now."
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, if Chone had gone down to grab Apex, Zed would have gone down to like help put her arm over his shoulder. And then if Maxi's coming up probably about that time we're struggling to get up the stairs, I feel like
Yep.
that's
So you
about
see
how it's lining up.
you see
here.
Maxi with the shock white face under his helmet, like glass, and
You also see Maxi appears to be mouthing something, and anybody that is used to reading lips would see him counting down.
so you manage to get spy rigged to the drone via cable. Chone, are you having the cable take back off once you've got everybody hooked up?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then up, straight up.
Okay, Maxi. So you said it was on a timer charge. How much?
I'm going to say it was going to be minute
Okay.
30.
As you pull away in the spy rig, you see the body come out of the door and walk up the circular stairs.
Maxi, shoot! Maxi, shoot!
And right as it gets to the top is when the explosives go off right at the roof line and everywhere else. And the body falls back through the holes that you've basically created in the structure.
Okay, that works.
Where are you going?
Once we get like up
Straight
a
up.
few
Let's all.
thousand- yeah,
We're all
like
dead.
3,000 feet up, and I'm heading back towards the basically back up the beach line.
Okay, so you know that the house that you are staying at, just so you know, is...
It's currently on fire.
No. The house that you're staying at is only 330 feet from Kelly Aguilar's house.
Oh, we're going past the house.
Okay. Because you picked the house that was close there.
If it looked as though we were going to the house, like Maxi would audibly say, "We can't go back."
No,
We can't go back.
There's a marina further down the beach line.
So
I mean, for that.
Adeline goes, "What's going on? Give me a sit rep, Zed."
Okay, so there was some sort of AI.
Zed, can you send video from your watcher? Or from your eye link that you have? Can you send video of this thing on the roof?
I'm assuming I can, yes. Then yes. Yeah, I'll transmit any video or audio I might have had. There was this big half cyber thing that was trying to capture us, and we blew up the house and flew away. And we are currently in the air flying away.
And I don't think that stopped it.
I think it's.
She goes,
How are you?
She goes, "To keep Aguilar in the city, we have stopped all suborbital flights leaving. All space elevator stuff has been stopped. So hopefully she'll be stuck for a little bit." She goes,
You can stop her.
"That drone, what's its max altitude?"
Shawn?
We aren't going above
What's her-
10,000 feet without oxygen.
She goes, "All right,
What's
look due southwest. You should see a small air carrier."
I do that.
Beeline for that.
So are we just flying to Shield
I was gonna say,
helicarrier
there's a
right
guy
now?
with an eye patch standing on the deck.
So for those of you who have seen the cover of In Defiance of Chaos, look at the cover of In Defiance of Chaos, and you will see the ship that they are approaching, but in smaller version.
It's Dirk Anger.
It's smaller. It's only about 400 feet long.
In defiance of us.
Yes. Ever since the beginning of Identico, we have talked about the chaos. All the chaos. You approach it, and you see uniformed UN troopers on the deck, and they, like, wave you in. And you see Adeline come out from the tower, the conning tower, and she goes, "What the hell was that?"
Adeline, I will tell you everything I know, but we need to get Apex to somewhere. That thing was in her tech head.
You gotta get it out.
She goes,
It's
"I got a
It's in
doc."
there.
She goes, "I got a doc. Hang on." She goes, so she calls over one of the medics, and they're like, they bring over basically like a sked litter, and they're like, "Lay down,"
Yep, I do that.
and they bring you to the med bay, and you see a doc.
Shawn goes with.
The doctor goes, "You know this is a cyber bay. You have to stay out because we have to sanitize. We don't want to risk an infection."
Apex, I'll be right outside.
Okay, good.
You got this. Don't worry about it.
The doc looks
They
at
get you a better tech head.
the doc looks at you and goes, "Okay, we're gonna put you under now. You ready?"
Just don't turn it on. Don't connect it to anything.
He goes, "We won't." Stand by. And then they hook you to an IV, and he's like, "All right, I need you to count back from 60.
It's not very good drugs. They usually use 10.
And at 56, you're out.
Government.
Oh, got
Well,
that.
they do a
drugs.
60 to give it time. The rest of you, Adeline leads into a conference room, and you proceed to. Are you holding anything back?
No, I'm not. Look, this thing was texting our phones. Here's the rundown of what we saw.
She goes,
Joan tosses
don't turn those glows on.
No, of course not. This
Joan
thing was
tosses
fucking
their
talking to
glow.
us.
Joan tosses their glow to her. It's like, that needs to get into a Faraday cage somewhere and examined 7 ways from Sunday.
By the
Maxi
way,
has the sheepish look on his face. I never turned mine off.
just as a side, Mallow's in the chat saying Hail Hydra. I would just like to point that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mallow, anytime you want to whisper Hail Hydra to me.
Okay.
Mallo, we
here.
miss you.
She
do.
she literally takes out her gun, Maxi, and bashes your glow with the butt of her gun and throws it to the side. She's like, okay.
So we just got fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
She's like, she looks you up and down. She's like, you didn't get shot.
I was
True.
in the same room with that being. I may need to be checked out.
But you don't have any tech.
What cyber do you have, Maxi?
I honestly don't think Maxi has any. I'm looking over his equipment right now.
I didn't think
Yeah.
so either.
Maxi has no cyber.
And that's why you're not worthy.
Which is why you weren't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which Zed is smart enough, I think, to connect that, like the rest of us are. No, Maxi, you're fine. You don't have any tech in you. The rest of us do. It wanted us. That thing was trying to infect us, expand to us, assimilate us. I don't
It's
fucking
like that
know.
old TV show with the Korg, right?
My concern is that it was in a clean room that I entered.
That's
And
like they
you
do surgery there.
So you see the door slide open, and you recognize Mike Tate, who you had met previously, the founder, and again looking about as old as anyone could look. And he's leaning hard on his cane, and he sits down. He goes, "This is a bad day."
What else bad happened?
I'm sorry about your team.
It's not
No,
what
their team
else.
survived.
It's what I think we've figured out. It's breeding. It's evolving.
What's the it in that sentence, dude?
That thing that was on the roof. The thing that Kelly is part of.
The things I found on the boat.
Benevolence founder was an interesting guy. He really started out as a stand-up fellow. He believed he could solve hunger for the entire world. And he really believed it. And he built massive indoor, underground farms in places that you would never think to start farms. He turned the desert in the Middle East into some of the most productive farms in the world. But he was obsessed with something. He was obsessed with living forever. He goes, I met with Jackson finally. And I found out what happened. He believed, as he tried to cure the world of hunger, that our hunger and our inability to survive without those inputs was our weakness as a species. And somehow, and we don't know how, he put himself into a computer. His entire consciousness. But since then, he's been changing, evolving, altering his code. And now I think he's creating children.
With the help of Kelly Aguilar.
Kelly Aguilar also believes that humans are weak. That's why she's cybered to death. Our profilers tell us that she thinks that the human body is sickening, disgusting. We've long suspected that she's been a sociopath, psychopath, serial killer. Your video today helps prove that. And we have a red notice out for her for what good it'll do us. But we think they found each other and they've become kindred spirits. And they're finding new ways to change humanity, to alter everything.
What's the doomsday clock saying after tonight?
He goes, it's coming, and he flips on a vid screen to your left, and you see breaking news that Texas has launched a Kaiju-class rover with a backup of a full division into Mexico.
What the... What?
There's drone video of a 70-foot tall rover basically stomping through a town.
Fucking Texas.
He goes, it's all coming to a head.
What do we do now?
Yeah,
He
what the
goes-
fuck do we do now?
He goes, I don't know yet. He goes, what I do know is I need help. The agency's been compromised by Identico. We know that. We're operating off the grid right now with what assets I could segment out. We need help. He looks over at you like mournfully. He goes, you want to help?
Do you have a beer?
He chuckles. He fucking taps something into the computer on the thing, and a couple minutes later, somebody brings in like a little push cart full of alcohol.
Maxi will go and grab one, and again, against the conference table, like pop the top, raise it to the group. I'm in.
He looks down at his thing again, and he goes, hang on a second. So, Apex, you wake up a short time later. The doctor looks at you and goes, look, we got a stub in right now until we figure out how else we're going to cyber your stuff back out. He goes, you okay with that? No tech head right now, just temporary.
Yeah, I'm okay with not having tech in my head right now.
He goes, you should probably talk to one of the head shrinks. He goes, but I'll take you back to your friends now if you're all right. He gives you a stim shot. He goes, take it easy the next couple of days.
Oh, don't worry. That's my plan.
And then they put you into a wheelchair like they do at a hospital when they don't want you walking, even if you can. And a couple minutes later, they wheel Apex into the conference room.
Shawn immediately gets up and like rushes over, like they're about to give a giant hug and then stops, like freezes like an inch away. It's like, does anything hurt?
You're loaded up on painkillers. You can't feel shit right now.
Kind of like I'm a bit numb right now, so you can give me a hug. It's okay.
A massive hug ensues, and then Shawn kind of just like brings you over to the table and pulls a chair up and sits next to you.
Thank you. Just a little woozy. Is there water?
There's water
There is,
on.
yeah, there's-
There's bottles of
Yeah,
water.
like,
We'll get you,
Maybe I should, hydrate a little.
Maxi. Toss me a bottle.
Maxi throws a beer over to.
So
That's wonderful. How about water for Apex?
Adeline,
You did not specify.
Adeline comes
Maxi then throws a bottle of water over.
back in, and she goes, so we've been analyzing. She goes, we think we figured out what happened with the spouse. We think. We can't hack quantum communications between rods, but we can detect when it's nearby.
Oh, shit. I didn't connect that.
She goes,
Oh God.
she goes, I think they left the brainstem in place and put a black box in her head.
Holy shit.
Was Kelly
What?
piloting her?
Kelly's
No.
piloting her.
I don't know.
Oh, no. No, the body is a Rav. And Bianca's dead not dead, is a brainstem somewhere piloting it.
Bianca is the brainstem, and someone else is piloting the body.
Like,
Oh.
like our
That's
friend
even-
Alpha and Omega.
Could
Is
be.
piloting Bianca?
We think so.
Wow. That's even more fucked up.
I don't
Yeah.
want another tech head, you guys.
You don't have to have one, sweetie. It's okay.
Okay, thanks.
So,
Yeah,
Tate
so
looks at
we
you
have a
again. He
divorce-
goes, so, are you in?
Let's.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
we could either just throw in our lot with the AI with delusions of God complex, who's going to try and take over and destroy the entire world, or we could help you. Yeah, of course we're going to help you. And Chone opens the beer and takes a drink.
He looks at Zed.
burn these
Maxi
motherfuckers.
raises his beer to Joan.
He looks at, then Mike finally looks at Apex. He goes, well, what about you?
I'll raise my water and be like, what the hell? Let's stop the end of the world.
He goes, it's going to get worse before it gets better. You know that, right?
Excuse me, sir. From an HR perspective, she is unable to make that decision at this time.
He goes,
I'm so glad I have Max
He goes,
in
fair
my
point.
car.
he goes, also from an HR perspective, y'all hooked Omni with a fat deal. I don't think it would be wrong for you at this point to submit your resignations.
You're right. It's probably only fair.
Yeah.
I kind of liked the
Weird.
extra paycheck, but I wasn't really doing anything with it.
He goes, all right, well, get some rest. It's been a shit day. I think this may be the weirdest thing that any of us have ever seen. He goes, and I'm 122 years old.
All right, boss.
He
Wow.
goes, get some rest. And that is where we're going to end the episode. Right there.
Motherfucker.
And that, as a GM, is just the reaction that you want. Exactly.
That's how you end a season, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a
Yep.
season wrap.
Okay. So, more on our schedule for Chaos Inc. here in about 3 weeks. Give me about 3 weeks and we're going to reset the schedule and stuff like that. We are super close to casting another show. Super, super close. I'm working on it. Okay. I will be doing the final outs for that very, very soon. I'm going to run some test streams and things like that. For now, though, Chaos Inc. is going on hiatus for a little while. I hope you all come back when we resume. I hope I left you in a place where you really want to come back, everyone in the audience. Okay. Thank you all for joining us on this first season of Chaos Inc. Thank you to this wonderful cast of characters that we have here. Thank you to our viewers. BitPlayer, thank you again for all the subs, to all of our subscribers and followers. Y'all are great. Y'all are what make us want to keep just chugging through this. I really, really appreciate you. We will be back on Wednesday for Identico After Dark for the last episode of that before we take a brief hiatus on Identico After Dark. And our panelists this week are Michael and Kaylee. We are going to do some Marvel talks. We're going to talk about Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We're going to talk about the end of Moon Knight, and we're going to talk about the future of the MCU. And I think Kaylee is going to gush about one of the new Star Trek shows. So we're going to toss that in there as a side topic during our quick hits. So come back on Wednesday, 7 o'clock Pacific
Alex.
for that. Yes.
One more thing. you forgot one of the two of the most important people to thank on this show, and that is you and Mallo. Because without you guys, this would not be happening.
Hey.
The masterminds behind this.
I'm just here so I don't get
We're doing
fined.
a great job because you guys do this.
So
thank you.
I hope that the yarn wall is starting to become complete. I think we'll be a little less yarn wall next season, a little more direct action.
It's a tapestry.
It's a beautiful tapestry. Again, thank you all for joining us. It was wonderful. We will be back on Wednesday with our panel to talk some MCU and some other fun stuff. Let's go around the horn one more time. Maxi, where can we find you on the internets?
You can find me on the internets at LoserMLW on the socials. You can find me at productions at Rourk and Rasp over the course of the summer. And you can find me here when we come back. And
Soon.
Occasionally on Wednesdays here.
Yep. Maxi's a frequent guest. Shawn, Kaylee, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Well, every once in a while, you also can find me here on Wednesdays. You also will be able to find me on a limited run on Rourk and Rasp coming up soon, later this month, I believe. We're doing something. And you can also find me at redemptionpodcast.com for a little while longer anyway. And on the Twitters at Anime Girl.
Steph, where can we find you?
You can find me at Starlit Firefly, and you can hear me on the podcast Cthulhu and Friends, which is at CAF Podcast. And you can hear me on my other podcast, Sawyer and Bennett and Zombies, which is at Sawyer and Bennett.
And finally, Zed, tell us about your project.
You can follow me on the socials at the Caleb G. You can hear me here. You can hear me over on the RPG Academy, where soon we will be kicking off a new series of shows called Sample Adventure, where a rotating group of game masters and players run through the as-printed introductory adventures for a wide variety of games. We're going to be kicking off with some Star Wars because it is Star Wars month. I think we've got an Alien RPG coming up very soon, and more and more and more and more. Speaking of,
can I make a suggestion? I will send you the book. I will send you the book. Please do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and please do the Terror Bears.
I'll put it on the list.
Okay.
Alex, it's a good question. Is there an intro adventure in the identical book? I don't recall.
There's not one in the identical book, but you can get the first episode of Mutants and Men on Drive-Thru RPG. It's also part of the identical bundle. Caleb, tell us about Point 5 Past.
Yes, so speaking of Star Wars, it is Star Wars month. Point 5 Past, point5past.org, is a Star Wars-themed entertainment group I have started. We are creating gaming content. We will soon be doing some podcast work later this year. Everything is free. We are hoping that as you enjoy this stuff, you will consider supporting the charities that we are pointing you towards. No money comes through us. Everything goes right to the charities. Right now, we are creating a team for Pelotonia, which is cancer research. And hey, since it's Star Wars month, we just released the game called A Less Civilized Age. It is a single-player journaling role-playing game where you star as a Jedi surviving Order 66.
I don't know anything about that or what that's like.
No. All right. No. Everyone, thank you again for joining us. You can grab the Identico Core Rulebook at playidentico.com. That's IDENTECO.com. You can also grab it. We are always in stock at Gamers Heaven Seattle, which you can come to at 5116 196th Street Southwest in Linwood, Washington, where we do Identico every Thursday and Sunday. So you can come even play with me and the other crew of GMs that I have recruited for this thing. We've got a great community out there. Super friendly group of players. We always have at least 2 tables running every Thursday and Sunday. So you can come play Identico in person, and I will be there. And if you get the book, I will even sign it for you. You can also find a lot of the background, a lot of the backstory to what's happening in this campaign. Go find In Defiance of Chaos on Amazon.com. You can grab it there in both Kindle and paperback format. I think that's about it. Once again, see there, Kaylee, thank you for holding up the wonderful cover of In Defiance of Chaos, who was drawn by the very talented Sandy Lands, and she's wonderful. Again, we'll be back on Wednesday at 7 o'clock Pacific. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you soon for season 2 of Chaos Incorporated. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.